Alright, so we just got the Hyper Talk, and just cliff notes the Hyper Talk, okay? Because I'm not gonna do a whole full reaction about it, because I think you guys have watched like 50,000 fucking videos on that. Let's talk about just the cliff notes. We are getting the 2x event, that is good. How will we know? They'll tell us 5 days beforehand, alright? So by then, you should start saving your stamina resources during that time. If not, don't worry about it. The last time we did this Blessing Galore event, we saved so many stamina pots that we could not even finish it. Alright, we had to spend it into like investigation and like GP outposts instead of just farming shells. So, don't worry too much about it. Give yourself about 20-30 bottles. That's plentiful. Okay? Now, that's the first thing. The second thing is they talked about the PvP stuff. Revelation works as intended. Good. I had never had a problem with Revelation. Okay? You just build yourself some Bramble Amber or Bloodbath Bramble Ambers. You're good. Alright? Put them on dedicated units. You can answer Revelations pretty easily. Don't cope and say, oh, I just need speed, blah, blah, blah. I fight a lot of them, okay? I'm up in Masters 2 now. I'm about to hit Mythic, right? Quite comfortably. 80% win rate. Fighting a lot of Revelations. Easy, okay? That's the second thing. The third thing that we have to talk about is that we're getting a new game mode, which is Dreamscape. Another endgame mode, more content to do, happy days, more resources. Apparently, we're going to be getting another talk tomorrow. I'm not sure about that, but that's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to talk about the 2 new units. And those 2 new units are what excite me, and I want to give my 2 cents about it, so let's go, alright? So the first one that we're going to be talking about is Fuku. And Fuku is a healer and a green unit, so probably something worthwhile noting that she might be good for Doki Doki. So let's take a look at her.
万物には価値があります。その価値こそがそれぞれの立ち位置を決めるのです。
Okay, you can see it says follow.
探り合いはよしましょう。
Alright, this is important here. Now we can see that this is the whole PV of her, and people and the devs are already putting Fortissimo on her. That means she's going to be a healer. That's what I think she's going to be. Alright, we can look at the speed here. She has 119 speed. I don't know if it's going to be 119 speed or 129 speed. Because the last time they showed Yeli at 110 speed, which is her base speed. But at 6 stars, she gets an extra 10 speed, so she was 120. I hope that this one is actually just 119 and 119 only. But let's see, okay? Besides that, she's pretty fast. She's pretty fast, I like that, okay? Anything that is not, 117 or lower, it's an okay speed, considering she's a healer as well. Very high HP, pretty high defense. Besides that, nothing much else to look at. So let's continue.
あなたが出す手札
So you can see that they've put Wellspring, Cure, and Evil Gun on her. That means she's probably going to be a healer.
次第で契約の内容は決めさせていただきます。
Skill 1, Fuji.
Alright, skill 1. Fuku deals 240 damage to a single enemy and increases 2 random allies' turn meter by 10%. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So she has a passive that says each time an enemy ends their turn, if Fuku does not have Moonlit Veil, increases her turn meter by 8%, but if she does, reduce her turn meter by 8%. Alright, that's interesting. So she wants to have the Moonlit Veil on her in order to do things. That's what she wants to do. And when she has the Moonlit Veil, she wants to keep it for as long as she can. That's how I read it. Okay, so what is Moonlit Veil? Let's take a look. All allies trigger Moonlit Veil at the end of their turn after being attacked. Increases their turn meter by 12% and healing 8% of their max HP. Okay, and if Fuku triggers Moonlit Veil, her turn meter will not be increased. So she only gets healed. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought she would do. So she pushes turn meters for her opponent, for her allies, heals them, but for her she just gets healed. Because she wants to keep the Moonlit Veil as long as she can. Because that's her entire gimmick. Cool.
Fuchu deals damage to a single enemy and advances the action progress of 2 random allies. At the end of an enemy's turn, if Fuchu does not have Serenity, advances her own turn meter. If Fuchu has Serenity, delays her own turn meter. All allies trigger Serenity at the end of their turn or when attacked, gaining turn meter increase and healing a portion of their max HP. If Fuchu triggers Moonlit Veil, she will not gain action progress. Skill 2. Fuchu deals damage.
Alright, skill S2 deals 3 hits equal to 10% of her max HP to a single enemy. Each hit triggers Moonlit Veil 1 time for the ally with the lowest HP percentage. Okay. Cool, so they get pushed and they also get healed at the same time.
To a single enemy 3 times based on Fuchu's max HP. Each hit has a chance to trigger Moonlit Veil for 1 other allied unit, always prioritizing the ally with the lowest current HP percentage.
Fuck it, that's a lot of heal. Did you see that? Holy shit. Let me rewind that. Like, holy
unit,
fuck.
always prioritizing the ally with the lowest current HP.
That's a lot of fucking heals. Did you see that? Holy shit. Because it was 3 times. So what's that? 8 3s are 24.
HP percentage. Ultimate. Fuchu grants all allies.
Okay, S3. Fuchu applies 2 turns shield equal to 24% of her max HP to all allies, applies 2 turn Moonlit Veil to herself, and applies 2 turn speed up to other allies. Okay, so she's really making use of that Moonlit Veil for your allies here. So she doesn't get the speed buff from what I'm reading here, but she gets the Moonlit Veil for 2 turns. She's gonna push herself back, right? Keeping the Moonlit Veil up and constantly, providing that heal over time from the Moonlit Veil effect and constantly pushing your team to keep moving. I like that. I think she's gonna be a very good unit in PvP and PvE. PvE, I think for Doki, you're gonna be cheating out a lot of turns, which is what you want to do anyway, so you don't really have to run Lily for this anymore, because Lily was how you were cheating out turns with your DPS. If you had a Lily and you were playing Lily in Doki, now you can actually use Fuchu for speed up, for turn meter manipulation, for healing, everything. She can do everything. Very nice. Alright, cool. The only thing that she doesn't have is cleanses, and that might be a problem, but we'll have to see. Okay, but besides that, she's a pretty good healer. She's a pretty damn good healer. As long as your units are taking turns every time, and she's not taking a turn and removing the Moonlit Veil from herself, she's going to constantly be giving the healing. Okay, this is a 4 turn cooldown as well for her S2. For S3, sorry. Her S2 is a 3 turn cooldown. 3 turn cooldown, starts at 4. Okay, so it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast. So you're gonna be doing S3 into S2 into S3, S3 S2 S1 S3. That's how I think the thing's gonna go. Okay, cool. So next one we're gonna look at now is Nahor, which is the other unit that we're gonna take a look here. Let's go.
公正と無視高尚な言葉ですねそう評価されるとは光栄です
So we can tell that we can see right on top here, he is a blue unit, which means he can be good in Aurora, he can be good in Nico, he can be good in Hoyan, I want to say. Definitely not against Sharon. Could be good against Rengokusu, who knows? Let's see.
固定観念にとらわれずに私を見てくれて
Whoa. Okay. Pretty damn fast. 122 speed. I think that this is the correct speed for him. So maybe Fushi also had the correct speed on her this time. Cool. 122. 122 is the same as Heinrich. It's decent. 120-ish speed is decent. I wouldn't say he's giga fast, so I assume he's also gonna get a plus 15 speed somewhere in his wheel as well. Not very high HP. This is medium HP, good defense, medium attack. Pretty high effect accuracy, so I assume that's how he would do.
私を見てくれて
Because I see
感
Dispel
謝
and
します
Debuff. Yeah, you can see that they are running him on Swift Smite, Swift Rush, and an 8-piece Time Weave for the effect accuracy. Okay, so 20 plus 18 here, that's already 38, and then this plus some rent, plus maybe his skills give him another 20, I think. Alright, nice.
私たちは良い関係を築けそうですね
Let's see what he does now.
Skill 1.
Skill 1, Nahor deals 40% chance to land a 2-turn defense down. So that would be 80%. Holy shit. Okay.
Nahor
So
inflicts
basically something
damage
like Kraken's S1 here.
on a single enemy with a chance to apply lower defense for 2 turns. Skill 2.
Nahor deals 280% damage to a single enemy with 70% chance to dispel all buffs. All buffs. And inflict a 2-turn block. So he's a strip buff blocker for a single target. Okay, thank God it's a strip buff block for a single target and not an AoE. Because if it was an AoE, that would be absolutely fucking broken, you know? So this is good. I don't mind it being a single target unit where it just completely strips you out of like 5,000 buffs and then apply buff block. I think this is okay. I think this is good. So let's keep going.
Nahor deals damage to a single enemy with a chance to dispel all.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? All the buffs are gone. That's insane. That's good. Finally, we have a buff stripper that is not just one debuff, it's all debuffs. So that's a good thing.
with a chance to dispel all buffs and apply block for 2 turns. Ultimate skill. Nahor
Alright, let's see what the ultimate is. 300 damage to all enemies with 70% chance to inflict the 2-turn defense down and a 50% chance to inflict a 1-turn freeze. Okay, so he's a defense down and a freeze unit as S3. The problem here is not multi-hit, so this is if 70% is 70% one time, 50% is 50% one time. So you really need to actually up his S3 to up to level 4 here. I assume it's going to be a 30% chance to freeze and a 50% chance to defense down if you don't up his skill ups. That's my assumption. But this unit does a lot of things, and he does a lot of things well, which is CC. Okay, so he's gonna start the turn. There is arguments. So let me see what his S2 does again. It's S1. I want to see his S2. Where's his S2?
I block for 2 turns. Ultimate damage to a single enemy with a chance for 2 turns. Skill 2.
Skill 2 is a 3-turn cooldown as well. Okay. So skill 3 is a 4-turn, so he has the same cooldown cycle as majority of the units. That's fine. He's not like some super cooldown broken unit. So there is an argument for you to start with an S3 before you S2 before you S3, depending on the matchup in PvP. I think in PvP he's going to be pretty damn good if you run him, with a buffer, with an actual real stripper, something like a Heinrich, something like if you run a really fast Borkney, that also could work. So depending on whether you need buff strippers or not. If you do not, you can just run him and you can defense down and freeze, which is basically an whole turn gone for your opponent, and then you just kill them because you have defense down, right? This also hurts Holdens. This also hurts Rahus. Anything that does with defense scaling, this motherfucker hits, alright? Because attack down is the defense version for defense, which is defense down, okay? Just remember that. So I like this unit a lot. I think this unit is going to perform a lot better than Fushu. But I may be wrong, because I see a lot of potential in Fushu. We just need to try her in, on paper she doesn't sound very good, but in practice she's probably damn good. Alright, Nahor is the opposite. On paper he reads really good. Maybe in practice it's not as good. Who knows? Let's find out. But we're going to know about these units on July 10th, which is going to be the next unit after Yeli. So that will be what we'll be getting for the next banner, I guess. Well, that's my thoughts on the units, guys. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.